All right, what I'm going to cover next is just calculating profit and loss and how mechanic shops need to calculate their numbers to know that they're being profitable. And so so this kind of going really in depth. If you are not a shop owner, or if you're like a customer, this is actually good to know too, because you can know how shops operate and our shop operate if you're a customer here. You know, the thing about us is I want to be completely transparent. You know, I'm a single owner. You know, and I started this business because I feel like other shops are kind of hiding things, just not being honest. So this is just me putting everything out there, including financials. So we have what is called labor capacity. And so our technicians, with the crew that we have, we can bill out 500 hours in a month, okay? And we charge, and our labor rate right now is $129 an hour. My technicians get paid, this is unloaded, this is actually what they get paid per every billed hour, and this doesn't include benefits, this doesn't include, you know, the health and dental and the vacation we offer. It hits at 40 bucks an hour. Okay, so for every billed hour, we have a gross profit of $89 an hour of profit, right? But so what is our overhead cost per hour? So if we're doing 500 and our overhead is about $50,000 a month, so what we want to do is $50,000 divided by 500, that's $100 dollars an hour is our overhead. So for every billed hour, $100 of that is our overhead. So this goes back, I don't know if you guys saw my parts, supplying parts, the previous video. This is why shops cannot make it and we cannot make it unless we're making money on parts. Because if we're doing labor only at $129 an hour and we're doing 500 hours, billed hours in a month, and our overhead is $50,000 a month, we're actually losing 11 bucks an hour for every job we do that don't have parts on a ticket. So that's very, very important to understand, and that's very important for advisors to understand, and that's very important for owners to understand. And like, if you don't understand this, you see a lot of shops going out of business and they seem really, really busy, is because for every work they do, if they're saying, hey, yeah, supply your own parts, or if they're not marking up parts enough, they're actually losing money. It's not because we're trying to get greedy or try to get you nickel and dime you for every little thing. We actually lose money for everything we do if we do not charge appropriately. So I just want everyone to understand that. And that's why if you're in a hard spot, so that's a whole different topic, right? If you're in a hard spot and you really don't have money, but your wheel's about to fall off, yes, we will help you out. But if on a normal circumstance, you try to bring in your own parts, or we don't mark up parts enough and we're just doing labor only, we are going to lose money because it doesn't even cover our overhead. So and we covered this in the previous video, if we're doing labor only, we're going to have to be like $200 to $250 an hour. And this is kind of on a conservative note. We actually have a lot of overhead. Everything's really expensive. Even the taxes we pay, the building, the loaner cars we have, the shuttles, I mean, just everything hits. So this is for my advisors, and this is kind of like a training video for advisors that we have. So we have two jobs. We have a rear main seal, and that's 8 hours of labor, but it's a $50 part, and we'll get that part for maybe 20 bucks. Okay, and then we have a catalytic converter job, and that's just only 1 hour labor, but we get the part for $250, and then we sell it for, let's say, like $550, because we warranty it and everything like that. So let's calculate the profit on this one. So we have 129, so the total cost is 129 times 8, which is 1032 in labor, and our labor cost is $320. And then we make $30 on the parts. So if you take the labor cost minus the labor price, which is $1032 minus our labor cost, we're making $712 off the labor plus $30 in parts. We're making $742 total. We're making $742 total on this job. So 742, and then it's 8 build hours, so divided by 8. So this is 92.75 GP dollars per hour. So with 92.75 GP dollars per hour, with us only selling this one seal, is it beating our $100 per hour in overhead cost? No, it isn't. This is actually a losing job, but we'll do it because we use the industry guidelines. That's just what it is on very, very high labor cost jobs with low parts. Take for a catalytic converter, it says it costs for 1 hour. It's just like a rear cat. So it's not very time consuming to do. So it's just one build hour. But so we were making $89 of profit on this catalytic converter, and then $550 minus $250. So we're making $300 on the part. So we're making $389 in profit on this catalytic converter, and then it only takes 1 hour, so we're making 389 GP dollars per hour. So as you can see, we'll have everything and it'll even out, and we're gonna try to be like 124. We typically run about 124 to 130, sometimes 114 GP per hour. I mean, because automotive repair is so competitive, you have to know your market. So if we're trying to make a lot of profit, it actually won't work because the market dictates the price. I mean, customers will realize, hey, I can get this job done down the street. They offer the same thing, same warranty. They got the same ASE certified technicians, but they're doing it for like $50 cheaper or $100 cheaper. So we try to compare ourselves to shops likeness to ours. I can't compare ourselves to mobile mechanics. I try to compare ourselves to those that offer loaner cars, shuttles, and nationwide warranty and have ASE certified technicians. But so it's all going to even out. We'll have rear main seal jobs, catalytic converter jobs, etc. But the reason why I want to point this out, if you are watching this as an onboarding video, if you're an advisor for us, you have to be careful that we price the rear main seals correctly, and that it'll show like, hey, you're making like a 70% margin on this because it's labor heavy. Well, at the end of the month, when we look at our P&Ls, if we only do rear main seal jobs, it's actually gonna cost us money and lose money because we have what's called labor capacity, right? If we had unlimited amount of techs and unlimited amount of bays, this wouldn't matter. We'll just take in everything we can, but that's not true. There's only a finite amount of hours that we have, and that's our capacity. And our capacity right now is 500 unless we add more bays or more technicians, and we just can't do that right now. So a lot of advisors, they will look at a catalytic converter job and it's like really, really low GP percentage, like percentage-wise, man, we're only making 30% profit. But what they don't realize is a GP dollars per hour for that 1 hour time period, we're making a lot more money than an hour of a rear main seal. So it goes hand in hand. If you're a customer watching this, you're good, you might think, well, I'm gonna avoid all these like really low hour jobs and try to do it myself, blah, blah, blah. I mean, yeah, you can do it. I mean, you can crawl in there and do the catalytic converter or supply your own parts, but watch the reasons why not to supply your own parts. If you get really, really cheap catalytic converters, they have palladium inside. So if you get a really cheap aftermarket one, you're gonna replace that metal with something else and it's just gonna crap out on you. If you get it done at a shop, I think federally we have to warranty that. I think there's a law we have to warranty it within a certain amount of time, or at the very least a 2-year, 24,000 mile warranty. So hope this makes sense to you. Hope this makes sense if you're a customer, how our shop operates. And if you're an advisor here, hope you understand to just know if we do have a bunch of remaining steel jobs or low parts jobs, just to be cognizant of that and just know we're not going to be able to meet our margins if we only do these jobs. And there's shops out there that pay commission, and then advisor looks at this and they're like, man, I'm only making 30%. You know, that's the wrong mindset. So whatever it is, whether it's high dollar, low dollar, you know, high parts, low parts, a lot of labor, you know, we'll do it all. But we're very cognizant about our numbers here.